A quick announcement before we get started. There will be an awesome giveaway contest at the very end of this video, so be sure to stick around for that. That is all.
One day, several days ago, but not as many days as you'd expect.
Oh yeah, I'm finally ready to get started on my next video. What should I do this time? Aha, I've got it. It'll be about the new Mario movie. I'll make my own animations and everything. People will love it. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. I'll predict the whole plot and make Daisy more annoying than ever.
But alas, a magical princess appeared from nowhere, telling JoPro that nobody cared about his ideas.
Nobody cares about your ideas, JoPro.
She then placed a curse on JoPro that
Until you rank everything about Mario Odyssey, you will never be able to come up with good video ideas and scripts again. This is called the Ungood Ideas Curse.
No way. No more Odyssey content. I want to focus on unique content. Everyone does Odyssey stuff.
But the magical princess refused to hear reason, and as she faded away, she promised that the curse would be lifted only when everything has been ranked.
I promise that the curse will be lifted only when everything has been ranked.
JoPro ignored her, and again returned to his work, but it exhausted him. It seemed like every video he wanted to make was not what the world nor the princess wanted, and so for many weeks, none of his projects came to fruition. He was losing hope.
Nuh-uh. Nope-absolutely. Okay, now that's an idea. Guys, stop asking me what number 2 is. I said I wasn't ranking those, remember?
Wait just a minute. What's number 2?
What's number 2? Oh, you mean my second favorite transformation? Well, I'm not ranking those.
Finally, JoPro decided he had had enough. It was time to end the cries for more Mario Odyssey content for good. He went to work making one last Odyssey video, hoping it would end the curse and he could once again have good ideas, and then he would lock the game away and never look upon it again. This is that final video.
Hey everybody, I'm JoPro and welcome to another video on Super Mario Odyssey. Boy, I'm so happy to be here today talking to you guys about my favorite game ever that I love to play all the time. But seriously, I love Mario Odyssey and I can't wait to get this video started. Okay, was that more convincing? In my last feature, I ranked the game's 17 kingdoms from worst to best. Check out the link in the description below to watch that. But I do want to mention that if I redid that list, I'd put Seaside Kingdom higher because it is better than Lake Kingdom after all. Guess I can be proved wrong. Happy guys? So today I'm going to rank just about everything except the kingdoms, since I already did those. All 8 of today's rankings will be top 5s and include bosses, music, and so on. But don't expect me to rank my favorite transformations because there's no way. Oh, not my camera.
You must rank everything, JoPro.
Stupid curse. Fine, lady, I'll do it. But this isn't a freaking podcast. All right, let's get on with this. As we begin, my lawyer has asked me to recite a brief disclaimer about the Broodals. Broodals are an excellent replacement for the redundant Koopalings and feature superb designs. Unfortunately, they're rightfully accused of being too easy and repetitive to fight again and again. As such, none of them have made my list. If you love them, I don't care. Your tastes and bosses is disgraceful. Wait, who wrote this? My 5th favorite boss in Super Mario Odyssey is the very dense dude, Nucklotech. Come on out and say hi to everyone, Mr. Nucklotech.
Yes, thanks. This helps.
Do you have any words for our viewers?
Yes, thanks. My family, if you're out there, save me.
How about one more round of applause for Mr. K?
What?
If you're ever in need of a good boss fight, you know where to find this charmer. Next up is the closest to a Broodal you're gonna get. The hideous, repulsive, but startlingly magnificent Madame Brood. I think that's how you say her name. Broody? Just look at her work those bunnies. I really enjoyed her boss fights, mostly due to her humorous design and of course the pet chomp on a chain. Unfortunately, there's the Madame's difficulty. She's always pretty easy, but really, what else did you expect from her? The Ruined Dragon was a surprise to be sure, a welcome one. The incredible duel against him is a sight to behold in a Mario game, and I loved every second of it. In fact, I fail to understand why he's called the Ruined Dragon. I don't see how they ruined anything about him. We've seen so much of Bowser in the last 30 plus years that it's surprising we still enjoy fighting the madman. I'd be all for seeing some new villains, but in the meantime, I actually really enjoyed all of the Bowser fights. The finale fight isn't as epic as Galaxy's, nor as challenging as 64's, but it worked well enough, and I love most of the stuff that comes after. Keyword most. I never doubted which boss would be securely in the #1 position. To me, Torque Drift is the best part of the Wooded Kingdom. Guys, shut it about the music, I'll get to that later. Beating him utilizes one of my favorite transformations, not that I'm ranking those. He also looks just cool, like a mix of a Metroid and Pikmin boss with a bit of Wind Waker spliced in. I love it. He's welcome at my house anytime. Obviously, Mario Odyssey resembles and references tons of other Mario games, but these are the 5 nods that stick out the most. In 5th place, I'm including a really minor detail about the Mushroom Kingdom. The fountain is in a similar spot to where it is in Mario Galaxy, but originally where it was in Paper Mario 64. My 4th favorite reference is all the Donkey Kong stuff. New Donk City, the Diddy Kong costume, and of course, Donkey Kong himself. Now, if only Cranky were here running one of the shops, he'd take all my money and tell me how the game is too easy. I think I finally understand the old man. In 3rd place is something that's really more of a coincidence than anything. The Oasis in Sand Kingdom shares a pretty significant trait with the Oasis in Dry Desert in, you guessed it, Paper Mario 64. Now remember, this is the Sand Kingdom, not the Mushroom Kingdom, so it's obviously not the same Oasis. But it does have the same number of trees, and they're planted in about the same spots. 2nd place is everything about Peach's castle, including Yoshi on top, the music inside, the sound when the moat drains, and the power stars. I love it, even if I wish they had gone further with it. Bob-omb Battlefield, anyone? Last but not least is the separately accessed castle rear courtyard and the costume needed to unlock it. It's such a beautiful nostalgic joy to jump around back here, and it reignites all of those ridiculous theories about this freaking plaque. My personal theory is that Miyamoto is a time traveler warning us about a future where Hotel Mario is re-released in HD to critical acclaim. Mario wears dozens of hilarious costumes that reference so many other games I can't even keep track. My 5th favorite is the beautiful bridal gown he seems to really enjoy hopping around in, even if it is a ripoff. It's an especially hilarious costume to wear during the ending cutscenes where Mario fights over Peach. I no longer blame Peach for trying to leave Mario behind. Keeping with the dressy theme, I really enjoy his tuxedos as well, but if I had to choose, I'd go with the white one. Classy. Not only for comedic purposes, my next favorite has got to be shirtless Mario. Everything just feels right about it, and believe me, I'm not the only one to feel this way. The glorious Diddy Kong costume is my 2nd favorite because, well, ears, hat, tail. And this should be absolutely no surprise, but my favorite costume is the nostalgia-overloaded Mario 64 outfit. I still can't even believe it exists, but I am so freaking happy for it. I wear it basically all the time. Now, if only there were a Professor Egad costume, that would be great. Tail. While we're on the topic of costumes, let's look at a few of Peach's. After beating the game, the beloved princess travels the globe, choosing to visit the kingdoms of her own free will. In many, she sports new outfits, and some are just truly something else. My 5th favorite is her Explorer outfit. I just like it. It's good. It's cute. Next up is that one outfit she wears in Lake Kingdom. You know, that really nice outfit. The one where you've been pushing for Mario to date Pauline, but then you see it and you finally understand why he's stuck on Peach. Who am I kidding? Just look at Pauline. She's a talented singer, independent as they come, and a municipal leader. I get you, Mario. In 3rd place is Peach's outfit in the Sand Kingdom. Just gorgeous. Next, we have an outfit that we see in at least 2 kingdoms, one of which is Cap Kingdom. Talk about fashion. The colors, design, and figure are just stellar. Peach has got style. And in #1, without further ado, is the drop-dead hot, but also cultured outfit from Bowser's Kingdom. Peach finally gets to visit Bowser's castle on her own, and she makes quite the statement by wearing the prettiest outfit we've ever seen her in. The Japanese inspiration is beautiful, and the fire flowers really are the cherry on top, and by top I mean side of skirt. In fact, I think I'll just be taking one of these bad boys for myself, just in case. One One of my favorite things about a new Mario game is always listening to the gorgeous new soundtrack crafted by the industry's finest composers. In this regard, Odyssey certainly did not disappoint, even if I don't enjoy many of its tunes as much as in the Galaxy games or Super Mario 64. My selection for 5th favorite composition is sure to turn a few raging heads. Oh well. The Steam Gardens music really is interesting. On its own, I'm not actually sure that I like it as everyone else seems to, but within the context of the level, a rundown abandoned garden, it works pretty well. My 4th favorite is one of the themes that plays in Bowser's Kingdom, specifically the second one. It just oozes with that Japanese influence, and I really love this part. Fossil Falls is certainly one of the most recognizable tracks from the game and my 3rd favorite. It's grand and showcases the game's ambitious scale. It reminds me a lot of Mario Galaxy's score and truly screams exploration and adventure. At number 2 is Bonnieton from the Cap Kingdom. This music is charming and a bit unsettling at the same time. I love it. It's perfect and it's one heck of a way to kick off a brand new Mario soundtrack. And of course, the best track in the game is the New Donk City Festival. Pauline's singing, the catchy tune, and of course the humorous and punny lyrics are wonderful. Before the game released, I really didn't enjoy this composition, but the game utilized it so well that it immediately put a massive smile on my face. It's the best, and I love it. Oh, this is a fun one that's sure to draw ire. Mario Odyssey is incredibly close to flawless, but it does have flaws, and from my perspective, it has 5. The first is that the bonus worlds, Dark Side and Darker Side, really aren't that great. Dark Side feels uninspired and features mostly repeated challenges. Darker Side is better, but I felt that the final challenge isn't as much fun as it could have been, and one part feels incredibly unfair. Also, I feel that Mushroom Kingdom should have been the final unlockable world instead, but I suppose that'd prevent most players from ever actually reaching it. My second minor issue with the game is it doesn't seem as creative as some other Mario games. Sure, it introduces a semi-open world and tons of new species and characters, but the level design is kinda bland when you look closely. It gets really repetitive with tons of Garden Seed, Goombet, and Sheepy moons, and this repetition reminds me of the weaker parts of Mario Sunshine. It also never blows you away as much with its innovative gameplay mechanics as Super Mario Galaxy often did, well, at least in my opinion. Totally cool if you disagree. Actually, if you disagree, I will destroy you. Next up is the Broodals. I'm not going to really elaborate. Again, they're better than the Koopalings, but essentially they're the same thing, just reskinned. They're too easy, repetitive, and kinda dull. The second worst thing about the game, again in my opinion, is that there are so many moons, but many don't feel rewarding. So many are just too easy to find and get, and tons are gathered through the same means across levels. Sure, there's plenty of fun and challenging ones, but I'd prefer there be less but more focused objectives in future 3D Mario games. So think halfway between Mario 64 and Odyssey. And ultimately, my least favorite thing about Odyssey is the motion controls. Sure, they aren't mandatory, but many moves are locked behind them and many moons require them. So they are mandatory. Yep, they are. Case closed. Now, if you've watched my last feature, you already know that there's no way I'm going to rank my favorite capturable enemies. But hey, if I were, 5 would be the Uproot because he's awesome. 4 would be a Bullet Bill because they're tons of fun to zoom around in, 3 would be Bowser because what an awesome surprise, and 1 would be the Tropical Wiggler because something about stretching out with those guys just feels absolutely perfect. But we've been over all this, so let's move on. Oh, whatever, this is dumb. Yes, my number 2 is Glydon, you happy? And my last ranking I'll ever have to do for Mario Odyssey is what I consider to be the top 5 hardest moons in the entire game. First off are 2 honorable mentions. The first goes to the 2D segment in Mushroom Kingdom, which was tougher than I expected, and the second to the Iceburn Class S race. It only took a few tries, but dang was it annoying and tedious. I really, really hated it. At number 5 is Breakdown Road Final Challenge. I'd always heard how everyone hated this moon and how hard it was. Well, I honestly beat it on my first try, which I recorded with my Switch, as you can see here. I mean, I think I just got lucky. Yeah, let's go with that. And so I'm still including it at 5th place since it plagued most people from what I understand. Oh, guys, it's okay. I'm laughing with you, not at you. Actually, no, I'm laughing at you. The 4th hardest is the challenging moon in Darker Side, i.e. basically the final moon in the game. Again, not as tough as other final levels in Mario games, but still a substantial challenge, especially this part that I hate. The third hardest moon is back at Dark Side, the Vanishing Road Challenge. I had an absolutely awful time with this one. As if all the rolling and jumping wasn't hard enough, Mario can also accidentally bounce over the P-switches. Both moons found here are incredibly challenging, but the extra task of reaching this one as the platforms crumble below you is what earns it third on this list. The second hardest moon is that awful, dreaded volleyball. It's horrendous. But it's not number one because it's actually quite generous and you can get past it much faster by using the 2-player option. But still, it sucks, and the controls don't help. Also, this idiot snail really ticks me off. Make up your mind, dude. Do you want me on the court or not? Reminds me of my ex. And the absolute hardest moon in the game to get is the one I still haven't gotten at the time of my recording, Rump Jope. I mean, Pump Mope. Poop. Jump rope. I hate it. It's hard. There's no way to make it easier. There's no 2-player benefits, and there's no generosity this time. I can't beat it. I can't 100% the game. I die.
I die.
JoPro, having completed his video that the princess required, felt relieved. It was only a matter of time before the curse would lift and he'd be able to make the videos he wanted again.
JoPro.
Princess, I've done all that you asked. Has this awful ungood ideas curse been lifted?
Oh, you poor trusting thing. You're only a Lego, so what do you know? Unfortunately, it hasn't. I have one last task for you. You must now rank every single moon.
No.
No. Wait just a second. This is my video. I can do whatever I want. Hey guys, thanks so much as always for watching my videos and supporting the channel. Now I have a great chance to give back in a small but hopefully significant way. So here's the deal. I'm giving away 2 separate Nintendo eShop gift cards for $10 each. And I know that's not a lot, but I am going to try to do this once a month. In order to win, all you've got to do is follow me on Facebook or Twitter. The links are in the description below. One of the codes will be randomly rewarded to someone who likes my Facebook page, and the other to a random follower on Twitter. The winners will be selected and announced on February 15th. For links to my brand new Facebook page and my Twitter, check the description below. These pages are great ways to keep up to date on future videos, contests, and ask me questions about anything. Oh yeah, and if you're new here, then welcome. It's nice to meet you. I'm JoPro. Oh yeah, and don't forget to subscribe. Alright guys, with all that out of the way, I'm gonna wish you a nice farewell and see you next time.